Coming up on Golden State Warriors today, another great show on tap for you all as we are excited to relay all of the latest Warriors news and rumors to Dub Nation. Could the Warriors be looking to trade for Anthony Davis? A very juicy rumor that we certainly want to hop into. But first, how about these Warriors City Edition jerseys? I'm kind of conflicted on my opinions of them. I kind of think they're fresh. I also think they're a little bit weird, but what do you think of them? Do you like the Dubs City Edition uniforms? Give me a Y for yes in the comment section, and N for no. All you fashionistas out there, just let us know. All right, back to Anthony Davis here. Bill Simmons on his podcast had proposed a trade idea that would send Anthony Davis of the awful Los Angeles Lakers to the Golden State Warriors. Here's exactly what he had to say about AD potentially being on the move to the Bay Area, and it does make a little bit of sense when you think about it from a basketball perspective, in my opinion. Simmons on this. Draymond, Kuminga, Moody, and a couple of picks for Anthony Davis. It actually was the one that made me pause the most, trying to figure out, would the Warriors talk themselves into it? I don't know if they'd give up Kuminga and Moody and the picks. The vibe on that team has been weird all year, and it's hard not to blame at least 97% of that on Draymond punching Jordan Poole in the face during practice. And that was my biggest fear from the downfall and the fight of Draymond Green and Jordan Poole. How would it affect the Warriors' culture? How would it affect the relationships in the locker room? And up to this point, I think Bill Simmons is right. When you watch the Warriors, and when you've watched them in years past, they have this championship pedigree. They play a selfless style of basketball. They all like to feed off one another's energy, and that really hasn't been there so far this year. Can it turn around? Of course, because the Warriors have that championship culture, but Draymond Green, I think this is something that's going to linger because the Warriors paid Jordan Poole. They paid Andrew Wiggins. They did not pay Draymond, and I'd be unhappy if I was Draymond Green as well because he probably sees the writing on the wall that the Warriors don't want him there for the long haul. As for that Bill Simmons trade idea, we read it earlier. Here's a simplified look at it. Warriors receive Anthony Davis. The Lakers get Draymond Green, Moses Moody, and Jonathan Kuminga, as well as some picks. Now, I've said this for a long time. I think the Warriors could part ways with their young players because they don't necessarily help them win right now. What do you think, though? Who wins the trade? Is it the Warriors? Type GSW. Is it the Los Angeles Lakers? Type LAL. Let me know right now in the comment section. Today's show is presented by Established Titles. With Black Friday and the holiday season coming up around the corner, you can get a significant other, one of your friends, family members, the best and most unique gift, and a plot of land right here on your screen. Today's show, sponsored by Established Titles, which is a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It's a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds, lords, and ladies in English. You can buy these title packs, which give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land right here with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. I have my own. You can refer to me as Lord Chase Sr. They also plant a tree with every order and work with global charities, One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future, to support global reforestation efforts. You could officially include that title of Lord or Lady on your credit card, plane tickets, and dating profiles. Makes for a great last-minute gift. And the first 200 people purchasing a title pack using our link will effectively be next to my plot within a few minutes of walking distance. Depending on how many of you want to become a Lord or a Lady, we can build our own Warriors Kingdom. It makes an amazing last-minute gift. Established Titles actually running a massive early Black Friday sale right now with discounts up to 80% off. And if you use the code CHAT, you get an extra 10% off. That link right here, we're going to put that in the comment section and the description of this video. Grab a plot of Scottish land right next to me and the homeboy producer Jack Lauderay. As for Anthony Davis, my issues with him are that the guy just can't stay healthy. He is so gifted. He is a unicorn. He is stupid talented. He is a special one-of-one talent. But ever since that NBA championship in the bubble, he hasn't been healthy, And frankly, his play has deteriorated to a certain degree. Look at his numbers there in 2019-2020. 62 games played. He was healthy, 26 points per game, 9 rebounds, more than 2 blocks. He shot 50% from the floor. He looked like one of the best players in the NBA, and at times was the best player on that team while playing with LeBron James. This year, yeah, you look at the numbers, they're still pretty solid. 24 points per game, 11 rebounds. He's shooting 54%. Last year, he shot 18% from three-point range. Those numbers a little bit better this year, but the eye test kind of shows you and tells you that Anthony Davis doesn't look as motivated. He doesn't have the same juice. He kind of just goes in and out of these like stretches in which he plays consistently bad and just lifeless basketball, and I just don't understand it because this guy, when he's right, when he's healthy, is a really special player. Now, could he get rejuvenated by going to the Golden State Warriors, and could he fit on that roster? He would make them very, very scary if or when he is 100% healthy and engaged. Help me out, Dub Nation. If you want year-round coverage on the Golden State Warriors, make sure you subscribe to the channel. When I took over Warriors Today back in March of 2021, had like 13 to 15,000 subscribers. Now we're approaching 47K. Really do appreciate all the support that you've shown me. 500 more to get to 47,000. Let's get there right now for year-round Warriors coverage. All right, more trade rumors to get to for Golden State. How about a trade for Onyeka Okongwu? Pretty solid young player. NBA analysis proposing a trade between the Hawks and the Dubs to really bring in more depth at that center spot. Here is that trade idea from NBA analysis, and I don't really love it. Okongwu and the Hawks receive Moses Moody, Patrick Baldwin Jr., and a 2023 first-round pick. I would not give up a first-round pick in this type of trade. And honestly, what would happen then with Kevon Looney as well as James Wiseman? You bring in Okongwu, and it kind of gives you a logjam at that center spot. And you look at his numbers this year. This is a guy who's really active. This is a guy who's long, is a very good athlete. At moments when I've watched him, I'm like, man, this guy really pops off the screen. But these are about the same numbers that James Wiseman can give you. And you want to develop one of your young players if you don't trade him away in Wiseman, and this would kind of curtail that. As for what NBA analysis said about this, in the short term, they're upgrading at the 5. Simple. Wiseman has been dreadful to start the season. There's no question that Okongwu would look better in this rotation, yet we know the Warriors are preparing for the future. They have a stockpile of intriguing young players in their second unit. This deal is about landing them, DJ Khaled voice, another one. And look, I know that James Wiseman has been pretty bad to start the year. He has certainly not fulfilled expectations. I have high hopes that down the road at some point he can be a good player. I'm starting to question whether or not that's going to be for the Golden State Warriors. If you could trade him away to better improve this roster this year, then you might have to do it to just help that championship window. But would you make the trade for Okongwu? Let us know right now in the comment section. T for trade, P for pass. As always, we want to hear from you as you can sound off in the comment section. Going back to James Wiseman. Could the Warriors trade him? Should they trade James Wiseman? Trade rumors abound all around that the Warriors have kind of been shopping James Wiseman, thinking about trading him. Again, this goes back to the conversation. Okay, look, if we think that we can improve this roster this year to win a championship and we have to part ways with one of our young players, Wiseman, Kuminga, Moody, it's a difficult business decision there. Tim Kawakami, longtime Bay Area sports writer with this. I think the piece most likely to be moved, James Wiseman. I'm not sure he fits ever with a Steph Curry and Draymond Green team. I think people are just making too much of this early on. Give the kid some time to see if he can be a legitimate player. We saw in the NBA Summer League, we saw in the preseason, we've seen at moments throughout the regular season, James Wiseman can be a solid player, but it's a difficult situation for him with the team that is veteran-laden for a young guy who hasn't played a lot of basketball at Memphis or in the NBA to try to find a groove. This year, 7 points, 4 boards, about an assist per night, 60% from the field. The total package is there, and that total package is why another team might be willing to give up a lot for James Wiseman. If you look at this Warriors roster right now, and that goes into our last question for you, do you think they need to make a move? If so, name a player that the Warriors should trade away and drop that name in the comment section. Another reminder to subscribe to the channel, and when you do that, make sure you hit the bell icon to turn on your notice. Therefore, anytime we push out a video, you will be notified.